Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of our next match qualifies directly through to what will be one of the most competitive tournaments of the year and one of the most coveted prizes ever in CSGO. The FACEIT Major taking place here in London in September. It's the Hellraisers versus Prosto, a CIS favourite versus what is kind of a CIS newcomer. And who will be the kings of the CIS minor by the end of the day? Let's find out. My name is Parla and I am your desk host for this CIS minor, and I am still joined by Halvor and Mathieu.
Hello.
There you go. Mathieu.
Sounds so nice.
Yes? Did I do it correctly?
I like it how you say it. I like that.
I-E-U, right?
Yep.
Mathieu. All right, everybody at home, do not forget about us on social media. We have extra content. We have awesome conversations going on. If you'd like to connect with us or give us any feedback at all, that is the place to do it. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, using the hashtag FACEITMinor.
I mean, just the sheer involvement in that. I love it.
Can we do that together, guys? Right then left? On
Right
three,
and left?
But it's just
two,
like-
1. Yes, hashtag
Okay, I did it the wrong
up.
way.
It doesn't matter.
That's right.
All right, let's take a look at the tournament so far with regards to the CIS minor. Get that bracket up on screen, and so you can see exactly how we have gotten to where we are right now. Well, this is the final bracket. It's Team Spirit who'd made it through from Group B, Prosto from Group A as the second seed. Well,
Yeah.
yes, as the second seed, and it was Hellraisers, the first seed from Group A, and Avangar came through as the second seed. Hellraisers just beat Avangar. Spirit lost earlier today, and that means tomorrow we will see Team Spirit play off against Avangar. But right now, we have the important match. Whoever wins this goes directly through to those grand finals, meaning they've secured one of those two spots for the major. Hellraisers versus Prosto. Let's get to know these guys a little bit better.
Prosto were the first teams to qualify for the upper bracket finals. The unstoppable Flaric led his team to victory in a convincing 2-0 win against Spirit. But will it be enough to claim their spot in the Challenger stage? After an impressive series against Avangar, Hellraisers claimed the second spot in the upper bracket finals. Veteran Angel and Rifler Issa proved their dominance, and will be looking to repeat this going up against Prosto.
Prosto, Pro 100. This is the organization that Zeus from Na'Vi started, and I think these guys are trying to maybe start their own legacy on the squad. We've seen so far a mixed bag of results. It started with a best-of-1 loss against Blink, and then they beat them in a best-of-3, and then earlier today they beat Spirit, which for us was a great performance by them. Spirit looked very strong at the start of the tournament, but they'd only played 2 best-of-1s. So when it came down to a best-of-3 against potentially equal opposition, it was Prosto that came out on top.
Yeah, very weird series. Obviously, we ended up seeing the kind of unique, having the unique experience of seeing two teams that ended up on a map they don't play. That being Team Spirit picking Train.
Train, yes, they tried a little trick there, didn't they, Halvor?
Yeah, it didn't really pan out, did it? So yeah, Prosto doing a great job to actually grab a map that they don't play, which is also the opponent's pick. That sets you up really nicely going into map 2. And they did everything right in that sense. So fully deserved victory, fully deserved advancement in that sense. Now they have a bit of a tougher task though in terms of being able to get on, I guess, get away with some sort of like a lucky map draw in that sense. Not sure that's going to be the case versus Hellraisers. And in any case, I just think just the overall quality on that Hellraiser side should be a tough task to deal with.
No, absolutely. Oh.
Yeah. Well, no, Matthew, I wanted to lead into a discussion with you because CIS minor, it's no secret that sometimes the results can be surprising. Some of these players we don't have too much information on and how they play as teams and what to expect from them. Now that we've seen a bit, it's still Hellraisers that should be the favourites going into this best-of-3. And I think it goes without saying that if Prosto were to win this, that would be a huge result. What can Prosto do here to topple the giants ahead of them?
Well, it is actually a mountain that's standing in front of them. I think Hellraisers is one of the most established team in the CIS, at least in this tournament. Huge favorite. I think one good thing that Prosto have for them is that they have surprised us against Spirit. We didn't really expect that type of level, and maybe they have this capacity to just play better and better when they face better opponents. And for me, that's going to be like a sine qua non condition for them to have any chance against Hellraisers, is to be able to level up their level once again, because that's a different type of opponent they're facing.
Yeah, they need to create the sort of strategies that are going to not only surprise HR, but potentially at times beat them at what HR are already good at. Alongside that, let's talk about their players. Flaric has been having a great tournament, and presumably on an individual level, he needs to carry that on. When you're going up against Woxic, Issa, Dead Fox also there on Cash, showing that he is a solid player. I mean, HR overall is great too. Angel, veteran. Bondik is someone that isn't spoken about too regularly, but when we do mention him, it's always to remind people that, yeah, he is a solid guy. He's like a wall, you know. People come at him and he gets the kills and he trades people out.
Exactly, and that's kind of where you start getting a little bit worried for Prost. The fact that, yeah, Flaric has been playing a great tournament. You can't take that away from him. He even, was one of the massive reasons for why we saw Prosto actually coming away with that second map so convincingly. But, who's going to follow up with him? In the first map versus Team Spirit, we saw Ivan pretty much being the I guess, leading presence with Flaric, with that op. In play, he's going to have an extremely tough task going up against the likes of Voxic. And it's just like, when you start matching players pound for pound versus the Hellraisers lineup, they don't necessarily tip the scale in their favor, and that's really what worries me. And I'm not sure if you can rely on their consistency to show up map after map either. So they might have one good map out of the 3 potentially in the series, but that's not obviously going to get you to a major spot right away.
Oh, absolutely, and I think
Matthew, let's switch on over to Hellraise if you'd like to start talking about them, because we've given some attention to Prosto now, but it's only fair if we start addressing Hellraisers, because they are the favourites here, and we need to exactly see what chances Prosto have against them in terms of what HR could do wrong, perhaps.
But they can do wrong. Well, I think
that's a lot.
No, it's like the first conclusion you have to make is for Prosto to happen, they would actually need Hellraisers to do something wrong. Because when you consider the team as it is at the moment, you consider the sniping power, Voxic, you consider rifling, they have Angel, Issa, even Bondik. They have so many things going for them. They have Angel is very good, also tactical leader, is an impactful leader. Their T side is very hard to predict. They are very aggressive as CT. Issa also said it, they are here confident. They feel like they are doing what they're supposed to do.
They're so relaxed when you see them around the venue as well. Like, we know that this is an extremely important minor for everyone here participating. Of course, Hellraisers want to get through, and they're probably feeling themselves and expecting it slightly, but seeing them walk around, and they're just playing the games that we have in the green room, they're having their food, they're doing their practice. It's not like when you see them, or when we see them at other tournaments where generally, don't get me wrong, not everyone's stressed and tensed, but you know that they're there to compete, and everyone's a bit, what's the word? Not
on edge.
There's a bit of edge to everyone, you know. Whereas here, they're exuding a sort of presence, you know.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it is a very different environment for them to be in as well compared to a lot of the other tournaments they go to. Because in the other tournaments, they would be dark horses or the team that nobody really likes to play, because they're as Maniac pointed out, they're aggressive on their CT side. They have unorthodox T strategies. They're just like a weird team to play versus in that sense. And they have great individual players, right? So they go from being like the team that can ruin it for someone else, and here it's everybody else that can ruin it for Hellraisers. Hellraisers are the de facto favorite in the CIS region. So that's a very different thing to go into. We saw it burn energy pretty heavily in the Americas minor, but it doesn't really seem like Hellraisers are affected at all by the kind of situation they find themselves in, which is a good quality to have.
Matthew, on HR, what would you say their greatest strengths are going up against a team like Prosto, who they should be beating 9 times out of 10?
Yeah, absolutely. I think what they have going for them is that I don't expect Prosto to surprise them. You know, if you want to go up against Hellraisers and you don't really have the individual edge, because like you said, when you compare the lineups, you have to favor HR. And I don't really see Prosto putting HR in an uncomfortable position where they can actually make the difference. Like the tactical difference, I don't think is going to happen. I think Angel's pretty much going to be one step ahead when it comes to the game plan. And if you don't have the element of surprise, you need to shoot in the head faster than your opponent. And it's kind of hard to do it against Hellraisers, at least from what we've seen from Issa, for example. That my mind is still blown from that Dust 2 game. So, tough task, but they go in there with no pressure. They have nothing to lose. That's me.
I mean, there could be a chance, right, that these Prosto young guns, I'm not entirely sure of their ages, but if you compare them to someone like Angel, he's probably someone that they've watched as they've been rising in their careers. And maybe there could be some research, but I would agree with you, Matthew, that for them to surprise and have an edge in terms of tactics and preparation, it's unlikely. Either way, let's move into this veto ban from Hellraiser's Nuke.
Yeah,
Halvor.
again, been a bit of a perma-ban from Hellraisers. I think the only anomaly in that scenario was really the last series where there were 2 maps who didn't play Nuke, so it becomes a game of chicken. Pro Hunter deciding to take out Train as well. Very comfortable map for Hellraisers, so can't really blame them for that. And this is something that Maniac mentioned before we even got into it. The fact that Hellraisers are going to have such a big advantage in terms of veto that regardless of what Pro Hunter decides to ban, there's going to be one glaring issue for them that they can't really remove at all. And that's something Hellraisers are going to take full advantage of, and they do that by picking Dust too.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking at the maps, we knew that Prosto had to make a choice between vetoing Dust 2 or Train, and that Hellraisers would take advantage of it.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy they do so. They picked Dust 2. They've looked very impressive and convincing in the game they just played. Prosto going for the Inferno pick, I was wondering if they would go for Cash, because they had actually a good showing against Spirit, and Hellraisers somewhat had to sweat to win that Cash game.
Definitely
put
did.
This way. That would have been an okay pick, but they go for Inferno.
I do remember at which was it? It was a DreamHack recently. I think it was Tour, where Envious in a best of 1 destroyed Hellraisers right at the start of the tournament on Inferno. Yes, and it was their first game. Hellraisers weren't really ready, but Envious were playing an extremely loose style and going based off wherever the map felt, where the momentum was taking them. I don't know if that could happen here, but it's worth keeping in mind.
But keep in mind what happened when they met on the same map later in the tournament.
Exactly,
because
best of 3.
Hellraisers really gave them the beating of a lifetime right back at them. And I also think like one of the benefits that Envious, a team like that has going for them if they want to, go by the flow of the game and where the momentum takes them is the fact that they had the individuals to kind of match up in a much bigger degree than what Prosto have. So, sure, yeah, you can go for that and hope that you get off to a great start. Maybe you win the first Byron as well, so you're off to a 5-0.
Whoa, wait,
I know,
Halvor, Matthew, I must interrupt because we've got some breaking news. I know it's not coming home anymore, but I believe that we have another World Cup match going on right now on the server. Can we get some footage of that? It looks like the Turkish team, led by Woxit, are currently 1 versus 2 against the Russian-Ukrainian side. Bondik there.
Bondik's...
And I didn't even know Turkey and Russia were still in the World Cup. No, and Dead Fox as well. Everyone's here.
As normal, no Norwegian representation in the World Cup.
I'm not going to talk about Switzerland anyway.
I mean, where's the goal? They're knifing each other. This is a very ultra-violent form of football that I think
they lost the ball.
They lost the ball.
Oh, guys.
Down the elevator shaft.
Yeah, anyway, all right, enough of that. Concentrate. But this is what I mean. No, let's look at that for a second.
They're having fun.
They're having fun. They're messing around on the server.
Yeah, no, they're definitely not taken by the severeness of the moment. The fact that there is a major spot on the line, and I mean, I guess absolutely worst case scenario, they do have another shot if they were to lose to Prosto here, but I think they just feel like they have everything under control. They've done the prep that they need to do. So again, there's no reason to stress yourself out more than necessary in that sense. And they have the experience from big tournaments in the past as well, to the point where they should be able to handle this pretty decently.
Yeah, absolutely. And as a team, when you come up to a tournament as a favorite, it is a very good feeling when you realize you're in control.
Yeah.
You're doing what you're supposed to do. Because there's always like a little bit of, not say jitter, but a little bit of stress that, you're basically against the wall. Any loss you're going to take, any weird run you're going to lose, people are going to analyze and criticize you about. That's fair. That's part of a job description. Mm-hmm. But when you feel like you're in the zone, you're playing as you should be, it kind of gives you like this extra confidence boost, and you just think, whatever's going to happen on the server, we're going to win. And I feel like Hellraisers is in that mode. That's a very bad sign for Prosto.
Yeah, just to go back to what we were saying about Inferno. Yeah, it was the best of 1 DreamHack Tour. Envious absolutely stomped them, played a very free-flowing game. Hellraiser weren't prepared. They didn't play it again in the best of 3. They played Mirage and another map. And so I think raise an interesting point is if they're unconfident on a map or if they lose to a team on a map, potentially they won't take the choice to run it back. And that they then after it don't want to give it another go?
I think it's dependent on, first of all, what kind of mistakes you made, or obviously first how bad the loss was, and then it comes down to analyzing whether or not, what kind of mistakes you made. If it was you just constantly messing up, if you mess up with your economy, for instance, on the CT side to the point where you never had utility you needed, and that's what broke your back pretty much because it couldn't fend off any sort of executes from the T side. Like all of those things come into consideration when you think about if you want to run a map back versus someone you've already played on it in the same tournament.
Saying that, they did leave it as the decider map, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many factors going into this. Let's not overthink that one point, because right now we have some other very important news to share with everybody at home, and I say this with a heavy heart. So during the break between the last best of 3 and now, we lost a crew member.
We did.
Can we not laugh, please? This is serious. Unfortunately, Gordon, the watermelon, has had a serious accident and has actually died. So if we could get an RIP Gordon in the chat for what's happened, that would be great.
Do we have any idea how it happened?
It actually tastes quite good. Well, watermelons aren't known for using pens, penmanship, and writing. I think he just wanted to get involved, share some notes with Matthew, and he stabbed himself in the heart.
It happens.
What a sad story, really.
Yeah, but that's part of the risk you take when you want to get into penmanship.
Do you have any experience with a penmanship career? It sounds like you.
Well, I'm not a watermelon, but I'm aware of the risk.
Yeah.
Just like running with scissors, really, like running with pen, same kind of deal.
Okay. Nice. Well,
there we go.
Yeah, R.I.P. Gordon, the melon. We're just waiting for this map to get ready and our casters to get involved. So would you like to share any other thoughts about this? I mean, of course, we should probably address as well that the fact that this is a match that gives you one of those qualifying spots to the major adds a lot of extra pressure. Again, Hellraisers are going to be a lot more used to that, not just the LAN environment, but competing for lucrative things, whereas Prosto, they've not had a chance to really compete for something like this before to the same extent as Hellraisers.
No, you're absolutely right, and I think one of the hardest things as a team is to be able to play your best when it matters the most. And it sounds very easy, but it's actually not. Between playing at home, having fun on your computer, and actually playing where you can have a spot at the major, that's huge. That's not easy to do, and Hellraisers are way more trained and experienced at doing that than Prosto.
No, there's no doubt about it. And I think we're actually going to see that. Like, we can talk about how Prosto is going to at least be able to come into this thinking at least we have no pressure on us in that sense. But, that only goes so far. Like, eventually the game is going to start going rough for you, and you start thinking those thoughts that even though you have a second chance in the lower bracket, you obviously want to put your best foot forward. And if you're not able to do it, it kind of just all comes avalanching in the wrong direction, and you just have to take it sometimes. It comes with experience, right? And you have to go through the tribes and tribulations really to learn from it. And Hellraisers have done that. They've walked that path, and now it's time for Prosto to do the same.
Well, let's not go in the wrong direction right now. Let's go in the right direction. I do believe that James and Daniel are on the other line. Daniel?
Hello.
Daniel, firstly, was that some sort of like breakdancing arm wave? Or was that just you trying to hide that you were playing a video game?
It's a video game show. It's a video game show.
What are you doing? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Oh, James, you're playing as well.
What are you talking about? I'm not playing.
Show us your hands, James, with the thing there. See? That's a Nintendo Switch, James.
Fine.
What are you playing?
This football game, I'm playing Zelda, man. I'm putting hours in.
And what was Daniel playing?
I was playing the latest South Park game, actually.
What's it called?
Oh, what's it called?
Fractured But Whole.
Well, can you not swear live on stream, Daniel? That's really disgusting. Daniel? Answer.
There's something wrong with him today.
James, James, could you please tell Daniel off?
For 5 hours of this fool.
Yeah, I do feel that he's slightly on edge today, and he needs maybe some extra coffee. You sent him off earlier for another one. Maybe you could send him off for another one now.
Maybe you should just go in.
Yeah, Dan, why don't you just leave?
Maybe you should just leave. Never mind the coffee. Just leave the studio. It's fine.
Can't get rid of me.
Guys, how are you
stay.
feeling for this final?
I'm feeling thank you.
Woxix here, Xantarez not, but maybe he's also feeling thank you. Daniel, yourself?
I think Hellraisers are a cut above, really. I think Last map they played, it was a bit sketchy against Avantgarde, but I think they're cut above everyone, right?
With regards to that reference, by the way, James, I do feel that some people have misinterpreted what Xantares said when he said, "I'm feeling, thank you." People think that maybe he just misspoke. No. He was speaking on the human condition and the fact that these days we're always caught up in technology and the superfluous things in life. He was merely saying, I am human and I feel.
There are too many feelings these days anyway.
Thank
I
you.
like that.
James
Everyone's
and Dan,
emotional now.
if you'd like to take it away, now's the time to do it.
What a
That was it?
breakdown. Apollo's getting philosophical on us. I want to see more of that. I want to know where that path leads, James.
Look what I did to my Switch.
Oh,
I put this awesome tech on it. Look, if
just shut
see,
me
you
down
see
there.
how it changes? Look, it changes. Woo! That's so cool. It's mainly because I feel like these parts get shiny when you play as much as older as I do. So I just looks cleaner like this with this thing on. I put it on myself. I'm quite proud actually. I didn't mess it up. So that looks cool, doesn't it? It looks nice. It's even on the little stand thing there. It's great, man. I'm not like I'm not big on the colors. You have the neon blue and is that red or orange? What is it? Red, orange? What color is that?
I guess neon orange.
Anyway, I'm not a fan of those colors. It just doesn't really suit the rest of the device, does it? In my opinion.
What's it?
But
it's
the
a gaming
grey
device.
is just grey. Is boring.
It's
So
boring,
this is something rather than nothing. We have 9 players on the server now. The football is continuing. So the football was lost, but it's been found again.
We're shooting the football now. That's against the rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never really
It's
messed
what-
too much with the football.
What's
CS.
interesting is that obviously if you run into the football, it kicks the ball, right, and makes a sound. But if you walk into the football, it still kicks the ball and makes a sound. And that could be game breaking. What if you accidentally walked backwards into the wall while trying to save or something, and you conceded your position and then died let's say you had an AWP, something that could win you the next round. Let's say you lose a round or a match because you accidentally kicked the football. What happens then?
Well, it is just in spawn location, so I doubt it's going to be probably that.
That's
big
why
a
I'm
thing,
talking
but
about saving. What if you're saving a weapon down?
I don't think it's going to be a thing. Don't think you have to worry about it.
Enough Counter-Strike will be played, but that football is going to cost people.
I think it's cool. I think it's really cool. I think it's funny. It reminds me of the mods you'd have, the custom maps, where you'd have like these enormous footballs where you just like run into them, and that they were like 5 times the size of a player model.
You know, I'd love for them to add a toilet, but with no like room, just a toilet seat and tank just on a wall somewhere.
Why?
Or there's like a small piece of wood next
Why
to
do
it.
you need a toilet in a map?
To add some character to the map.
But why a toilet? Why is the toilet?
I don't know,
character?
some rundown place with just to add some character.
But you
Because I feel
already
like
have that. You got
They
on the
put this in.
overpass.
They put this in pretty quickly. This football.
You got the bathrooms and overpass. You got the bathrooms and the showers.
Yeah, but it's all too first world, isn't it? I
untrained.
want it to be
The ones that train are pretty dirty.
train.
Bit of dirt McGurk.
Toilets on train.
You got showers.
There's not toilets.
We can multi-purpose, isn't it?
Do you do a toilet in the shower?
It's multi-purpose, James.
Oh my god.
There must be more. Obviously, you got the
I know
porta
too much about you.
potty on cobblestone.
Way too much. You're sharing too much with your
That's
your audience.
3 instances.
They're going to question
of toilet facilities.
who exactly you are. You think you consider a shower to be a toilet? It really has been a bad day for you, hasn't it?
Where there is showers, there's probably a toilet somewhere.
Apparently in the same place, as far as you're concerned. So I guess if the water's hot enough, it can not, break anything down.
Oh my god,
dear.
that's just awful. That's so awful.
I'm glad we had this chat. When I say
Well,
I'm glad, I mean
I
I'm not.
just wanna
just
say
wish
that,
I
like,
could delete and forget everything.
The best thing is that it always starts with something ridiculous that you say. Always. And you always turn it back on me somehow.
What are you talking about? I'm talking about artistic license.
What, putting a toilet or just placing a toilet on like that,
Yes.
how does that class up, or
Character
how does that build character?
for a map. Anything. Well, many things can. I won't say anything can, but many things can. It depends on the setting of the map.
No, pause the match. We need to get to the bottom of this.
It took long enough to start the match. Let's not pause it.
All right. Let's go ahead. We've got CT side for Hellraisers. Earlier, they did an amazing job on Dust 2. we saw Mr. Issa going absolutely ham on his opponents, and Woxic will kick things off very well. A trio of kills, and that's the bomb in middle as well. That is a poor prospect. Perhaps this round is going down the toilets. Woxic has pressed the flush button, and he will finish it off with help of Issa. 4 kills for Woxic in the pistol. That's a good start for him. And that's cool too, because we know that he's going to want to get the AWP out really quickly. He can almost afford it, James, on round 2.
You can almost argue that Woxic did a toilet on pros, though. But did he do it in the shower then? That's the question.
Enough with the toilet humor, please.
Does Dan do a toilet in the shower? Send your thoughts and on this matter. Well, send it to Dan. I'm excusing myself from this conversation. Prosto with the 4th buy in round number 2. Triple CZ75.
Ooh.
It's not a okay, Woxic. This is not a. This is. I mean, if you're Prosto, Woxic is popping off like this. It is round number 2, and he has 6 kills. He's 6-0.
Yeah.
Already, it's not what you want on an open map like Dust 2.
There are definitely arguments to be made in these rounds to just make it really difficult for the CTs, and not to like allow like one guy to feel like a god really early on, and you know, sort of just feed them frags, because it does have an impact on confidence. You know, when there's been a couple of times when you know, top level players have said, oh, you know, Counter-Strike is a game of confidence, and that's an annoying response for a lot of people, because it's very unquantifiable, but it is an aspect that plays into the psychology of a player that's playing really well, is, you know, that confidence. And Woxic is doing good at the beginning.
Ooh, might want to get wider than that. The HE will, wow, Sviat will be the victim. He looked like he was away from there. Woxic with more kills. Where he's 8-2 in 3 rounds. Okay.
Another scout headshot there as well, just started off. That was quite cool.
But perhaps now come the frags that count then.
Yeah. Curious if Woxic will just continue to go a bit ham, or if he will decide to chill out somewhat. This is the same start we saw from Hellraisers on the last time they played Dust 2 today, and it's a very safe way to start. Basically just dealing with the rush timings. Ooh, Sviat's trying to get into that pit position, denied. And it's a good trade for Hellraisers, a 3 versus 2. Hellraisers still have the AWP on Woxic, and Woxic is currently playing Car on A, so he's out of the action at the moment. Little does he know it, still trying to account for whether or not they're just holding position at long, and then if they'll burst back out, but they've gone for the full rotation. It's only Deadfox, but speaking of people having a game, although Deadfox has not yet had any frags, he was playing really well on the previous games for Hellraisers today.
I like that Deadfox is checking every so often, because I mean, is there a world where Prosto assumed that nobody is in the B-bomb site? Probably not. There's a pop flash from Deadfox, inviting them to look at him with some shots beforehand, but he can't quite land the spray. And Hellraisers are very far away. Woxic is close with the AWP, but he must be careful. Smoke down on the door again. Rifle is collected. Not afraid to show his presence. Issa is still a while away, however. And with Flaric's position on the car, he should hear him coming. So Prosto should have all the information. There is one flash avoided by Woxic, waiting for the smoke to go. Both players with defuse kits. That's a great shot on the car player. Ivan looking to clutch it for his side, but Woxic cannot be stopped at the moment. 10-2 in 4 rounds now. And he's got time for the defuse, but has he got time to rescue his AWP? That first jump would have most certainly helped. Oh, he's kept it very close indeed. Smart boy.
Great round from Woxic. I actually really liked how Deadfox played it. You noted that he was just staying out the window looking towards the middle, and sort of providing that, you know, he hears the sound cue and he had the pop flash set up, and sort of how he peeks before the flash goes off, a little burst, and that draws their attention to look towards the flash. Then he ducks behind cover, so they get flashed. Then that whole series passage of play was actually awesome from Deadfox. It's the little things that make a difference, but Angel's having a game now as well. He's gone up mid, and ooh, that was a close one. That would have shut the round down surely had Woxic got that, but Prosto still has something to say about this round. Bondik's going to hear some jumping. He's surely quite curious as to what exactly is going on in the Longhouse. What is going on here? What are they doing?
They're looking over. Can we see if
Wow.
there's some POV?
Oh my days.
Oops.
That's pretty cool. You can actually see over.
Well, bearing in mind the game updates where you hear specific sounds on surfaces, I don't know if Bondik is close enough to hear those steps, but if he is, that would suggest 2 players are here. Woxic has a flashbang. He's repositioned towards the car again. So, Bondik with an off angle, but he's been teased. Sviat goes left and right, and that might save him in that position. Over towards blue now, and with a minute on the clock, there might be time for Prosto to split the site. Def is rotating all the way, I guess, to lower tunnel, maybe? Otherwise, is he going to sell a fake towards the B bomb site? No grenades on any of these players, so perhaps he does have to try and pull these players away. Prosto going for an investigation. No one peeking, though. Oh, the Molotov is perfect. Sviat hears it coming, can't do anything about it, and there goes Kenzo as well. And that's the round, because that's the bomb. 20 seconds and Def. It was a long, long rotation. And it was fruitless.
Harris is controlling the situation. Prosto back to a pistol buy. And Angel, is he going to run up middle again? He ran up middle, got 2 kills straight away. That is really annoying when you have the CTs taking initiative like that. And like again, if you had some kind of a plan, you think, oh, we can get an edge by opening the round this way, and then the other team comes up and they make a play first and they do some damage, and then now you can no longer make that play. Now you're in this like mid-round situation where you have to adapt based on what's happened, and that's much more difficult in many senses, and it really puts the team through a different kind of a test.
I feel like a lot of T teams that we have seen, T-side teams on Dust 2 that we have seen this tournament so far in different minors are very concerned about telegraphing their intentions when they have possession of long with limited players alive, around 3 players. We see much hesitation with the pursuit of the long position. Isa will be the one to cause trouble this time. Angel is in a lower tunnel and Ivan runs straight into him, trying to go for the gun. He'll get punished for that. And now Angel becomes the bait. You see Deadfox in position also, but he goes for a super wide peek there. And I don't know if he needed to do that. 2 versus 1 now for Kenzo. He has the bomb and an AK-47 in the lower tunnel. You may have heard one player in CT, but I'm not sure if he's aware of Woxic on the short position. But Hellraisers need some info as well.
The point for Kenzo is he doesn't know where the AWP is, and so there's always going to be like one position for Kenzo, and he doesn't know where it will be. Where if he tries to walk it, and he doesn't have any smokes or flashes, he'll just die because he's just going to run across an AWP. However, he did manage to choose the right side of the map because the AWP is not over here, although he's going middle, so he may run into it if he walks. Although Woxic is not repositioning, but Bondik's in a position to deal with this. He's got an off angle. Kenzo, he's not going to be checking for this very quickly. He's looking up, so nicely done, Woxic.
It's Kenzo, by the way.
We'll find him. Is it? I did check.
There is an R on the end. Big fat 0 for Prosto. Look how fast that smoke was from Hellraisers. And they're confident towards long as well. Molotov. This will be a slow one from Prosto, it seems. They have good grenades. They're happy to not contest. Seems they want to avoid the variance towards challenging long and other places. And play the round to the best of their ability. Look at this angle. Angel will see Kenzo's legs before Kenzo sees anything if he goes close to the wall here. So this is an interesting angle. I wasn't even aware of that before. It could be funky with an AWP, although in many cases the smoke would be coming in this direction. But it's something to think about if you play that position. Once again, Woxic in his usual area around the car, lying in wait. Def is on short. Now again, we mentioned in a previous Dust 2, outside long doors on the T, from the T perspective, there used to be a place where people would throw smoke grenade to obscure the position, the vision where Woxic is standing. But there is an awning now to stop that. Now there's a problem. Angel's in CT spawn, so you can see if there's a drop. Woxic, they're lining up for him. He only tags one, however. There's limited re-peeks for him now because he's forced away by the flashbangs and the smokes.
Yeah, this is really nice. It's going to be tough for Hellraisers with the double ops, and first, so they have shorts. So this is something you always need to think about when you're going through these retakes. Okay, we don't have short. How do we get one of these positions back? How do we challenge it? And that's a really strong defense there from Kenzor. He's going to be able to hold off 2 players, evening things up, 3 versus 3. And you can see how difficult these angles are to approach, and the bomb is getting quite far ticked at this point. Ooh, Woxic finding a pixel to work with, and that's a headshot. And oh dear, they're so close. The no kit defuse then. Bonnick didn't go without a kit, but should be fine. It's a bit close, but we'll be okay. Oh, that was a really good chance for Prosto. They did a really good job and just couldn't hold on there at the end. Here is that pixel shot, I think, from Woxic. Oh no, it will be the next one. Here it is. Oh, just spots the helmet.
Woxic loving life, as our Hellraisers on Dust 2, it seems today. 7-0. Will this be a future veto versus Hellraisers? Who knows? First map of this best of 3 series. 3 players towards long, being entertained by a smoke, and it is a very fast split off the B bomb site. Issa with a very tight peek, not over peeking there. Gets his 1 versus 1. Spots Fiat and has help from a teammate if required. Instant trades. That leaves 1 player on A and 1 player on B. Ivan's alone with the bomb, and Issa is coming for him, but he looks the wrong way.
Lots of time now on the clock for this 2v2, and the flank from Def could be pretty awesome, and he's going to be investigating the A site. So there's a lot of time that Ivan can just sit there and chill and just wait this out whilst his teammate gets the information, and they'll piece things together and make the call. However, do you want the bomb to traverse the map, or do you want to use the other player to just act as a flanker and as distraction? It seems as though they're going to rotate the bomb all the way around through T-spawn. It's going to take a while, but he'll eventually get there, and there's not too much to stand in his way unless Hellraisers decide to move a lot from where they are at the moment. And Bondic is slowly, I think, tracing Ivan's steps, perhaps. As far as Bondic's concerned right now, he should be flanking someone. I think if Bondic sees a clear B bomb site, they should surely rotate towards A at this point. Oh, Angel's flashing in for him. And now they absolutely must know it's A indeed. They're starting the rotation. Flash down to CT, bomb will be planted. Where do they choose to plant? Okay, so it's going to be a short plant, but that's where Angel's coming from if he wins this fight. Flick comes in, Def's down, and Angel can wait for his teammate now. Ivan has to deliver.
Oh, they've got not 1 but 2 smoke grenades. The first one has been deployed. Angel's making his way on the slope, and Bondic's got a smoke grenade, but he has no flashes, so he could smoke the site. He goes for the gamble run. Had a few options there, Bondic. 1 was to face, 1 was to... Well, I guess smoking the site is pointless in that situation, but he could try to smoke the ramp as well. There used to be a smoke grenade, commonly known as the Fnatic smoke, to the top of that elevator. But that would have taken a while to set up, but a rudimentary one, who knows? That is a much-needed run for Prosto, but just a 1 person surviving there. That said, much damage has been done to Hellraiser's buy, to their money, so a buy here would leave something to be desired, and they will go for the buy, of course. Looking to reset Prosto and smash the first half. Woxic still has the AWP. He is currently 14-3. Dead Fox has not had much to do so far. He is 1-4, not that it really matters. Woxic's been a busy man from the pistol round onwards. 2 smokes in, 3 smokes around the CT spawn area, 1 of them on Xbox. CT spawn mid area, I should say. Def and Kenzor moving quickly towards the short position. Angel being in CT spawn should hear them. Again, this is the anti-Woxic strat. Smokes everywhere, flashes everywhere, force him from his position, but this time it's the B split. Angel, does he hear the player drop in? Maybe not because of the flashbang, but he goes through the smoke. but Kenzo will win the duel, and that should be the round.
Should be the round, but there can be damage done still. Woxic proving that. One more player around CT, hearing all the weapons picked up and dropped and picked up and dropped. And Woxic, he seems suspicious of this. Oh, there you go. It is absolutely a common post-plant position when you have a lot of control as a DCT, so just, you know, something to bear in mind. And they might go for this now with a 2v2. Ivan is covering the tunnels. Oh, the flash was actually really nice, but they can't get the kill. It really needed the kill there. And Bondik had a UMP, so it's very unlikely he's going to get that kill at long range. So good attempt, though. Looking to do some exit damage. Might actually be able to eliminate everybody. Oh, good flash. Very good flash. That will prevent Bondik from annihilating both players, which I think he stood to do there. Caught them by surprise.
Nice.
That'll be the second round for Pro. Stone? I almost forgot for a second there. I was like looking at it like, what does it mean? What does it mean?
What does it mean?
Press
Second round, but now they can get back into this game. Or get into this game, rather, not back into this game. Because the CTs are on low money. Issa tagged. Molotov threw the smoke grenades, forcing the CTs away. Smoke will offer them some cover. They can try to use these USPs elsewhere. Angel with a Desert Eagle. And Hellraisers have a lot of information because they've pushed all the way through B, and Prosto are not making their plays towards the A site just yet. They've got one Molotov for the site itself, and a hell of a lot of AKs. Flashbangs too. Ill-equipped Hellraisers may not be able to do so much. Issa and Angel moving towards that short position. Bondik creeping through the smoke, but again, there isn't much going on here for Hellraisers, and not much will be achieved.
Not much achieved. So what's the prospect here? So Hellraisers. Oh, that is lovely. Any more, perhaps? Angel might be hungry for it. He's only got a Deagle, so why not? Wonder if there's any guns to be collected, perhaps, for Angel. There's definitely some sneaky business that he can look to try and pull off, but it doesn't seem like anyone's going to be at risk here. They're all just huddled together at A-long. Okay, so it will be the third loss in a row. That's $2,400. So it's going to be good cash here, pretty much, for Hellraisers. Angel trying to see if there's a gun that was knocked by the bomb. Very, very nice. There you go. That's awesome. Little gift at the end of the round. Little present. Here, take this.
A little present, like a cat bringing home a dead mouse. Hellraisers on the buy once again. Woxic is AWP. No Kevlar. He is naked. He's breaking all the rules. And he is holding an angle on shorts for the time being. Has not been a common one for him. And he won't hold it for long. Prosto, in some rounds, have been very keen on the plays towards the short early on, but they won't get caught on this occasion. Woxic back to his usual spot. So not too many surprises in the formation of the Hellraiser side. But although Angel wasn't Goose for a while, but it seems he's changed his mind completely. Perhaps fearing a play towards short B, but that jump will be heard. Prosto will know now that somebody is in CT spawn. Is it deliberate? Because Angel starts to walk away. So perhaps the intention of this was to deter Prosto from going for the mid to B split, to try and suggest that there was a boost. And indeed, you can see them paying attention to this now. The Molotov will tell them that nobody's on the low ground. Does that mean that somebody's been boosted, though? Will that Molotov touch them? These are things that Prosto have to think about. Angel simply making some deliberate sounds, trying to give Hellraisers an extra man as he goes back to Goose.
Push is coming, and we've seen Issa do great work in these positions before. He is going to be sought after, and he's going to be found. Dead Fox. Oh, was that a jumping shot from Kenzo? That is quite outrageous. Egregious use of the mid-air shenanigans. And we'll see Hellraisers now just backing away, saving once again. And it's a horrible life when you're just forced to save like that immediately, but that is the power of a B split.
It was a fun round, though, with Angel's play. It was nice to see how he was trying to manipulate his opponent into doing what he wanted them to do. Didn't work out, but I respect the attempt. It was noble, and it was just great opportunity to educate the viewers on what he was trying to achieve there.
Educates.
But Prosto, one way or another, they will avoid Woxic, be it smokes and flashes, or going to the B bomb site. I do wonder if they twigged what he may have been trying to do once they saw nobody after the Molotov. These steps must be deliberate. Outside the top banana on B, Inferno. Around 50, 40 second mark. Sometimes you can have one player there just make a step to suggest it was accidental. And then TT's like, oh my god, someone's outside B. They're probably going to push. Just one guy with a clan mask on.
Kenzor looking for... Oh, hello, CT's everywhere. He is smart to the setup. Oh, that's good damage. Isa, not long for this world. Kenzor doing incredible amounts of damage. I think there's a bit of a dink right at the end, something similar to that. Lots of damage done at the very least. But the damage was all Kenzor. Kenzor's with the 2 kills. Woxic with the one and done position. He's going to be flashed off. He'll fall off happily. Just does not want to put himself at risk just, in this position in a 3 versus 4. There's still a good chance to win this round for Hellraisers. There's a minute left now. And Prosto looking to begin to claim some control. And that's a beautiful pickup. Wonder if he has any idea about the bomb.
Collected now. As we reach the 45-second mark, they're lining up for Dead Fox. Does Woxic peek? He does see somebody jump past. And that is the bomb carrier as well. He knows the bomb carrier's gone to the right-hand side. And Woxic's forced to rotate because there's nobody in the B bomb site itself. Bondik now on CT slope. He's keeping quiet though. No, he's not keeping quiet. And Flaric should hear this rotation. He does, which is why Sviat is going back towards the A site. But it has to be a gamble. Bondik's 180. And now you can watch the mid doors, which Sviat is yet to cross. But he looks away just as Sviat crosses. There are 12 seconds left. It is going to be the gauntlet run for Sviat. Bondik should have the sound cues. Indeed, he does. A Molotov on the low ground. Bondik has a decision to make. Does he go for the 2 versus 1? Drops a smoke and suggests that he will be trying to stop the plant from happening, but Sviat has to commit to it.
Sviat around the corner now. Knows he has to take a 1v1 quickly. He doesn't necessarily know the second player's there. Up above! This transfer won't land the second player. Good efforts, but not good enough. It was a really cool... I mean, I liked sort of just trying to fake into B and then doing a runner. It was a good effort indeed, but it will be Hellraisers rounds, and they're going to stop that streak. It was 4 in a row from Prosto. Can Prosto start up the engine again, or will they now get dominated by Hellraisers? Hellraisers don't have the best money, and only 1 player survived, so they don't carry any guns into this round. And they have to buy, but it's going to be so awful. There's 3 players that cannot afford. Well, they could get M4 and Kevlar, but then they would have 0 grenades. So they're having to make some choices here. I like that they go for a pause. This is something that I think we should have seen from who was it previously? Vanguard. Just pause before you go for a buy. If you're unsure about the game plan or like who can buy what because the money's a bit weird, you take a pause. You're like, okay, how much money do we have right now, and how much do we need to do these plays? Okay, these ones we can't do, so let's pick that one. You buy this, and so on and so forth. And they go for 2 FAMAS, 3 M4s, 2 M4s, 1 AK of course saved. And they're going to see what they can get with it. Woxic 18 for 5. He's having a good half, James.
He's indeed. And Prosto, I feel, are doing their best to avoid him. The statistics on that board must be scary for them. But on this occasion, once again, they've got the flashes towards the A site. He had to give up his AWP in the rotation on the previous rounds. Angel will be the casualty at this point. Isa wondering what is around the corner. Is it safe to peek through those doors? Is someone ahead of those doors? Many questions for him. Woxic getting tagged now. Wanting to move away. May not feel safe on the bomb sites either, especially with low health. If a Molotov went there and he started to peek, he would likely have to jump if he wanted to escape, to relocate. So either he fights and dies in the flames, or he'll go somewhere else before that happens. They will hide in plain sight behind this smoke. Again, this is a he stayed there, it would have been a 2-frag situation. The flashbang flies in, but Def moves into the smoke, and then he gets a kill. A split is on of the A bomb site. Bondik's on his own. He needs help.
Easy frags for Bondik. For Def, sorry, on Bondik. Kenzor. He's been the guy for Prosto, who's been having a really good time. And it continues. That's a perfect round to win. That really changes absolutely everything, because now instead of looking at like an 11-4 potential, if Hellraisers were to win that, it's more looking like it's going to be, at best for Hellraisers, a 6-9 for Prosto, and Prosto stand to get to the seventh round now. So really good effort. He's awaiting, helping out Bondik, but he will go down, but not in vain. Damage has been done. Oh, Bondik, close. So close. Out comes the scout. Flarich covering, though. Bondik's still alive, though. How many bullets? Oh, he's dead. Walks back into the flames.
I wonder if Def is in T-spawn. Has communicated to Prosto, to his teammates, where these players might be. Although the rotation is pretty quick from Hellraisers, and they've got to never mind. They get taken down at the same time. Not a bad frag for Ivan. In the last round, Hellraisers with $2,000. So it was a strong start from Hellraisers, but towards the end of this half, they appear to have run out of steam. Prosto catching up in very good stead to get round number 7 on the board here, and trail by 1 only.
Uh-oh. Yep. It's not going well. It's a bad start here for Hellraisers. I think it's about to be over very soon. Def is stalking. He might get into a position close to the doors. When he hits the next shot, he can just peek out and get a kill. Although he's going to disappear to short, actually. Hellraisers don't have much going on here. I mean, it is the last round, so there's not a situation where they're going to try and save any of these guns. Maybe Bondik can light up a few heads, ring a few bells. He had the bomb going down. Heads there all over the place for Woxic. So difficult to connect those shots, though.
This is the last round, so despite the disadvantages, they must go for it. Flaric is top mid, so for the time being it's a 3-on-3. Although I'm sure he will start to advance soon once he sees no one. He's on the move now. Bondik is still waiting for a flank. There's no one with a kit here, so they really have to go for this pretty damn quickly. PDQ, and I feel like the round is already over at this point, and it's simply a formality. No kit, they just can't do it. Blinds, and it will be about statistics at this point. Nice brave by Bondik. A short highlight at the end of an eventful half, and it will be 8-7 in favor of Hellraisers as we move into half number 2.
Prosto have done a good job here to recover. It looked like it could be another 11-4, 12-3 type of half of Hellraisers. You know, you can see all of their rounds came right at the beginning, 7 in a row, and then Prosto managed to deliver defeats to Hellraisers, really giving them a challenge. I do believe it was Hellraisers on this T side, though. That was quite scary as well, so looking forward to seeing what they have to offer against Prosto. That's a nice start there from Hellraisers. Dead Fox with the PT-50, we saw him at this previously. He did so much damage. That was against the Vanguard. It absolutely crushed them with that PT-50. Does get tagged up a little bit this time himself as well. And into the B or the A bomb sites, Hellraisers will go. Oh, that's some great flash work there, but still all the frags seem to go the way of Hellraisers, so it's looking quite difficult here for Prosto. Perhaps there's no way in anymore. 5 players left, and it does seem like Kenzor is content to just. Oh, I thought he was sort of hiding in a cubby somewhere, but he's actually just sort of facing, looking for money. He does have a kit too, so he may be thinking, you know, how can I survive here? His armor has been touched though, so he can't get that cheap upgrade to the helmet. Not that you really care about that against the Tease too much is nice against the SMGs though, which will likely be coming out next round. So Hellraisers 9, Prosto on the 7. And Bondik straight away with the AK, Woxic getting that scout going. He had a great first half with the scout. Hopefully we get to see more of that. That was always fun. 2 Mac 10s though and a B spawn, so Rush B perhaps will be a good call here for them. And with Woxic has the bomb though, which is a bit annoying. You kind of want the bomb to be with the pack. It's going to the tunnels. Woxic doesn't get anything though initially. And Prosto aren't interested in allowing Hellraisers to take too much initiative. They've got 2 players on short, 1 on mids. They can respond quickly. Angel might be in trouble. Does have a good weapon for this though. Can jump around the corner, can run all the way. And there's a good flash from teammates. Oh, lovely.
Beautiful.
Hellraisers.
Def with the Deagle. Has some nice angles for the repeats. He can dance with these boxes unless Issa finds him first. Angel surviving 1 HP will be a great money saver for him. 3-round lead for Hellraisers. Right then. This should be a nothing round for Prosto. 2 HEs picked up. Are they going towards long doors perhaps, or no, they're going towards the B bomb site on Kenzor and Sviat, and oh, Hellraiser's probably thinking these guys have got nothing in this round, and here they go, the missiles are being deployed. No kills just yet. Still in the choke point, Hellraisers. Surely they want to go one way or another. And it seems like they might abandon. But they have got 2 kills out of it at the very least, and they've dropped nothing. But Issa's on 1 HP, Angel on 28, Bondik 65. They can be headshot by these USPs. Maybe not Dead Fox or Bondik quite yet, who have also taken damage. So we could see some casualties here for Hellraisers, although they are just waiting now. Angel, you can see the off angle that he has. Now he can communicate to his team. We've got players moving in. No kills for him. Dragging the mouse down for the spray. The bomb's being thrown towards short, and now Hellraisers need to start running.
And there they go. Onto the A site. Not much Prosto can do about this. Issa's on 1 HP. He's going to give away an AK if he's not careful.
Oh, he's actually looking to fight them. He should just let them go past, I think.
He's insane, that peak. That jump peak is insane.
Yeah.
That is actually insane. It's like you're just giving away an AK. Like, you should not be fighting. I mean, you can defend, but taking a fight when they know where you are is on 1 HP is... I feel like you're winning that fight never. I feel like the percentage is 0.1.
They don't know you're on 1 HP. They have no idea. You could be on 100 HP for as far as they're concerned. So, are they going to re-peek you? Well, they're not going to chase you. That's for sure.
Well, they got pistols and no Kevlar. They got nothing to lose, right? They got absolutely nothing to lose.
And now they've got an AK. Let's keep track of this AK and see what impact it has, if any, on this round.
Let's see how much of a mistake it might have been.
Yeah.
And let's just focus on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and if they win the round and we're like, oh, can't believe you've done this. Def has the AK-47, 10 for 13 at the moment. Looking for kill number 11 with a gifted weapon. Angel with angles. Def is not afraid to stand in a smoke, but he won't go beyond it. He was a little blind. Hellraiser's prodding towards long, but for now it will be left alone. Flaric will be left in long, and Def has joined Ivan in the short position, it seems. Oh, holding the angle. There is a point on the ramp where you can look towards short, and that would be straight into Ivan's crosshair, essentially.
Ooh, Ivan is going to get flashed here. Oh, it's another double. And he gets out of there. That is crippling. That is so crippling. And that's the risk that you take when you're dealing with an AWP on that position and you're crossing it. And oh, Ivan gets another one. And close to getting the next one too. They keep challenging him and he keeps delivering. Prosto looking to shut down this buy round of Hellraisers. And this is the buy that Hellraisers need to win. Otherwise, I believe they are out of monies. And that's going to allow... Oh, okay, I'm wrong. Never mind. I am completely mistaken. But this will be awesome for Prosto because, as you can see, they have nothing in the bank. So surviving with 5 will be amazing. And it looks like Issa might not make it out of there alive if Flarich is going to be very diligent. He checks everything. Goes the long way around. And now they have full information and a contain. And there's no escape, my friends. There is no escape. Another orb collected. Oh my god. Not only did no one get touched, everyone survives, but they pick up another orb. That's massive.
That is nice.
That peak timing is perfect. He did not get blinded even a little bit, actually. I don't think. On the replay, it looked like he evaded it.
Helmets being collected by most of the Prosto players. There is the flashbang to deter people coming through the doors, but Hellraisers are out. They wait for the smokes to go, but they are out. With 4 players, Dead Fox holding an angle for top mid.
I just realized why that double frag was actually really smart, because the flashbang goes high to flash the previous position, which is more like usually that's more likely going to be taken because it's supposed to be safe. But because he was lower down, he avoids everything. That's actually super smart. Damn.
Right then, Hellraisers, you have long. Again, now everything stops. Are they waiting for a peek from a CT? Now, with some teams, you'd see them take long, then they will rotate some plays to take short and have a simple split of the site. Ooh, is that I think that's 2 smokes, isn't it?
I'm not sure.
But they've gone to the same place, and Def can see everything. Plenty of warning for his teammate Flaric, who gets another multi-kill round. And out of that, Hellraisers get 1 kill.
We can't say anything about the AK yet, James. It's actually gotten 0 for frags so far. I'm pretty sure.
It's the threat of it. It's a distraction. It's part of the frags. All the other frags that are happening.
It's like, oh my god. It's 2 rounds in a row. 2 strong rounds for Prosto. They were so broke. They were so broke recently. Oh, the double. Kenzor with the Fragzors. And Hellraisers are just getting wrecked right now. Getting absolutely taken down.
Well, that was a simple one. You've got no guns, we've got plenty. You guys are dead. Hellraisers on the bye once more. Looking at the scoreboard. Okay, so beyond the pistol, it's 3-0 for Prosto. Hellraisers looking uninspired. Even when they take the long position, there is stagnance afterwards.
Stagnance.
There is no... I mean, we might not see... Well, I'll wait to see how much utility they have in this round. Ooh.
He's mad. And
Yeah.
I think Angel was trying to tell him to calm down. Calm down.
Yeah, he gets... Some of these boys get upset. Even when they're winning and they lose a 1v2 or something.
That's like a really bad sign because it's still a really close game. It's still very doable. This is the absolute worst time for people to lose their stuff. Lose their composure. There we go. Their equanimity.
Right then. People have taken a moment. Let's not jab at the keyboard too hard. Let's focus on level heads. Look at the aggression from Prosto. 2 players on the short area, and there will be a trade. Woxic has gone. That's not good for the Hellraisers side, and Issa is soon to follow. 2 big players for Hellraisers taken out pretty promptly by Prosto.
Just realised he's left-handed as well. Wow.
He being
Dead Fox. Kenzor looking for it. He's hungry, man. He's hungry. What is he going to find? He's not really got much going on by long at the moment, so he's backed away to the car position and this is sort of a very classic way to defend this because you don't really want to get isolated ever when you're in the 4v3. You're sort of splitting two to a bomb site, so you try to find ways to play with each other. And pit and crossover is really ideal, as they have the AWPer on the cross. And also at this stage, sometimes the teams might not have the requisite grenades to deal with the AWPer. You need to be able to get the smokes and the flashes in. It's pretty expensive to make it safe. And so there will be a push in middle. And will they go with this, or is this just a threat? It's, 25 seconds. Ivan goes out the doors to find himself some flicks. He will not get what he needs, but Suyat might be able to defend. 18 seconds. Rotation comes in. Bomb is down. And there are really big problems here. Really big problems. Can they make it work? Oh, 5 seconds. He's going to fake it. Gets another headshot, but he'll get shot in the side. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear.
4 rounds in a row for Prosto. Ooh. That was a nice one. All right then. Next round, Hellraisers have everything they want, but Prosto look good to take the lead, and this is a team Prosto. Well, I don't think this is a team that nobody really wants to play, Hellraisers.
Yep.
But you can see there are problems in the Hellraisers camp. People are losing their cool, and that means losing your focus.
And sorry, it was Woxig, not Dead Fox. Dead Fox is next to Woxig. That's left-handed, that is. Not super common. You're ambidextrous, right?
Not with mice, but many other things, yeah. Bats.
Sorry, what? Bats? Oh, bats. Oh, right. If we just said bats, like bats is like Batman or something, It's just confused there.
Yes, I'm ambidextrous with wild animals. Got to be careful when you come in towards A from the short position, because if you're carrying the bomb and you're too close to the edge and you get killed, then the bomb will fall into C2 spawn. And that is worst case scenario. No kills for Hellraisers in that round. No economical impacts for their own money or for Prosto, although max loss bonus doesn't matter too much as far as they are concerned. I would like to see a traditional take of long and then a take of short and a split of A. I mean, if you're able to take both, if you take long first, you're probably going to have a fight on short, so you might even win the round there. But a lot of teams have taken long and then just waited and waited and waited and waited and not really got whatever it is they were looking for. It's been the story of a number of Dust 2s this week.
Hellraisers taking the initial map control. They got tunnels, outside long doors, working shorts. Anti-B splits boost in CT spawn. So many times, so many times, you see teams just ignore that position when they go for the B split and get absolutely owned. Especially if it's used, very uncommonly, and Dusty's been out of the pool for a while. It is incredible. You can absolutely wallbang it though. It is very penetrable, as it was in the previous version of Dust 2 as well.
Alright, so Hellraisers have short. Are they going to try to take long? Bondic was waiting top mid for a push, but...
Oh, big frag. That's what they needed. Kenzo, he's always in so much trouble here. Oh, we needed at least one here, but Suyat's still on the side. He's going to peek up, try to do the continuation spray. But they've done it. What happens though if Angel dies in mid there, I wonder. Still have a strong push, but it's going to be much more up in the air, but this was very decisive. This was the round they needed. I was really worried that Hellraisers are starting to lose their composure.
Or they are. Or they were.
Yeah, seeing Woxig smashing his keyboard and seeing Angel trying to calm him down. And that has an effect on everybody else on the team too. And I don't know if the other members of the team are particularly, because sometimes you have individuals that are very quiet and you have to sort of keep a tab on them and talk to them. Otherwise they just shut down by themselves without any warning. And others are much more vocal. You have to know your teammates very well, so that you can encourage especially the quiet ones. Those are the ones that are that need the encouragement in the right spots.
Avoid dejection, depression,
Yeah.
Distraction.
Yeah.
Ooh. Maybe that's what happens when Woxic is angry.
Disgusting stuff.
Reaction headshot through double doors. Dust 2 special. Kenzo alone towards B, therefore pick up the slack in the middle position. And it's another slow round from Hellraisers. Again, there's lots on the line here, of course. But this is the first map of the series. Nobody wants to go down 0-1. Bondik lurking outside A doors as per usual. Big focus from Hellraisers. It seems there will be an approach towards the short position. But will they do it in good time? Will there be a push to long afterwards? Prosto getting curious about the B-apps. Not really seeing much resistance there, and they're starting to walk through. Dead Fox is waiting, but how will the... Ooh, Bondik's rotating towards the B bomb site. So is it another takeoff short and then a mid to B? Dead Fox has a nice angle. Surely he's good for 1 kill, unless he falls off the box at the wrong time. And now Bondik is outside with the bomb, but they surely haven't seen the bomb yet because Def wasn't looking the right way. And now Bondik has to leg it back to Woxic. However, Issa's outside the B bomb site, so Bondik should go back, although does he want to take that fight on his own with the bomb? Woxic on shorts. Woxic is raging. Angel's now made his way into CT, which allows the bomb to rotate safely to B. And Flaric is wondering what's happened to all his teammates, pressing all his comms buttons, and there's nobody replying.
Yeah, there's not too much. He's basically just, you know, practicing being AFK now. It sucks when you're that CT, when you're like playing that position where like the round is decided before you can do anything. And then you're stuck with the furthest rotation. Angel's hunting. He's hunting. Does he smell his prey though? Does he smell the fear? Oh my god, the timing of that is incredible. I can't believe Angel didn't get the kill though. Smoke goes down and now Flaric is on high alert. He knows he's going to be having to deal with 2 sides just sitting in the smoke. That is very ambitious. They have to figure this out. There's only one place for him to be. So they eventually get the kill after he takes down 1. He actually takes down Woxic of all players there. And yeah, Woxic had an absolute stunner of a round here. And that's going to lift the team and I think bring the spirits back into the place where they should be. Man, so much fear now on these doors, crossing these doors. I hate those games when you're playing CT side and it feels like one of you gets tagged every round.
Kenzo moving away from middle position. Henry's good at getting those tags.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
Well, he used to be before he took up the flute. 2 AWPs for Prosto. This is an important round for Prosto. This is the end of their money. This is the bottom of their wallet. Really tense, slow, short bursts here on Dust 2. Ivan instantly rotating to long. We've lost short. Let's make sure we don't lose long. Standard response to losing one of the 2 for CTs on Dust 2. And now we see how Razor's asking questions of the long players, and Ivan's running away. He's left Flaric on his own, and Flaric's dead. He's just abandoned him like a child outside a hospital.
Okay, Ivan's... Oh! Ivan was on for some plays there. Kenzo has been revealed in CT spawn. There's 1 smoke, only 1 smoke. And there's a bit of a gap.
I think there were 2, but just, again, it's really bad.
Yeah, just panic smokes.
Yeah, they are 2. You can see on the... But the second one is so deep, but doesn't really cover the problem that they had. Either way, it seems they may be successful. Although Sviat is on the short position, maybe looking for something. Bondik might be close enough to hear him in that position. So Bondik can come to his team. Sviat having a look, and Bondik speeds up towards top mid, but Sviat is expectant. But yeah, Hellraisers really need to sort out these... They are very on the fly, those smoke grenades, but yeah, at least have the communication to which side of the cross you're covering with your smoke, if it's the close side or the far side, so you can do better than the complete arse we just saw there.
Indeed, it's definitely looking a bit grim, isn't it now? Looking a bit bad. Little bit of this, little bit of that, a bit of that. No, James loves that. The prefix, which apparently is a bit of.
I hate it so much.
It's a little bit of freeze time.
A bit of this, a
followed
bit of
by
that.
A bit of a start of the round. Okay, so 14 to 12, not that nonsense. And we get another timeout. It's good to see the tactical pauses are being utilized here. The previous game we had featuring a Vanguard, I think that's an adjustment that they should absolutely make, is to use more freeze time, more pauses within the freeze time to just get an assessment, an accurate assessment of the situation, get everyone on the same page. And so here we'll have a brief pause before going back into the action. Woxic, very fast timing here, looking for that fast pick, and he can't find it, smoked off instantly. So sometimes, you know, if you're in that position where Woxic is, you think, oh, it's frustrating, I get smoked off straight away. But that is the CTs using utility right at the start of the round, which is going to bode very well if you play a slow round, because eventually they will not have those smokes for later, and that will be a problem for them.
A focus on short from Hellraisers. Is a flashbang there? They've had them previously. They don't want to get wrecked again by a close AWP. They'll get wrecked by a close rifle. Flashbangs once more, and everybody's blind. That leaves Prosto in a favourable position.
Speaking of smoking the same position, Chase, you can see 2 smokes there from the CTs on
Panic.
exactly the same spot. That is very smoked.
Just gotta be careful.
Nope.
He will get taken out. I've made a terrible mistake. 45 seconds, 4 on 4. Man, you can feel the tenseness so slow these rounds. Nobody wants to make a mistake that could be fatal, that could put them a map down. No one wants to go to the lower bracket with such a great opportunity on the cards here.
They've got a good amount of utility left on Hellraisers. You can't say the same for Prosto. They are in trouble. It's about to be double trouble. These T's are making the move into the A site. Flarich is there on the site, only with a FAMAS, and his position is now known. Ooh, looking for the headshots. He's going to be able to get one, but traded out here. Ivan doing some good work towards short, but he's got such little health at the end of it. There's only so much he can do. It's Kenzor to respond, and Kenzor to provide a lot of problems here for Bondik. Bondik needs to force him close, because that AWP is not something he can afford to challenge in the open. He's got to force them close to the bomb. He's got to find a way to create 1v1s. And he's perhaps wondering now, what is taking these CTs so long? He may have worked out that there's a bit of rotation, but where?
Flashbang. He can peek with these boxes, but he's got to be careful. They're getting close, but he's wasting enough time here. Just needs to stay alive for another second or two. Oh, it's going to be a really close one. Oh, there it is. Prosto stay in the map, and they keep Hellraisers away from map point. I say stay in the map because if they had all died, they would have been in plenty of trouble. But they survive by the skin of their teeth. Hellraisers with a 1-round advantage will take their last timeout. If we win this round, we win the game. Unless we really gnaws it right up, because Prosto should have nothing left to fight with. Just a tree branch from Zelda, that's about it. Hellraisers will have a goodbye. Everybody needs to chill, out, focus. It's all fine, lads. We'll win this map. We'll go and get some ice cream from the player lounge. Maybe some coconut water. Then we'll come back and throw the coconuts at our opponent. Everything's fine. Everybody focus. I don't know if Woxic's angry or just has like a moody, focused face.
Just like a general furrowed brow.
Some people need to play angry. Some people play well, but see if Bondik can survive this engagement towards a long position. The CTs look like they may have been falling back, but they will rush forwards with a flashbang. And this is looking great for them. All of a sudden, it is Mr. Moody on his own versus 4 players Plenty of time to do it. He has the AWP as well. And he is in the middle of a square of CT positions. Now he can't scope again.
Yeah, I was about to say. He doesn't want to drop the gun because if he's going to drop the gun, might as well scope up again. He is hyper focused. There goes the scope, and I think Kenzor would have heard that.
Yeah, watch the radar. You can see him repositioning.
And they're all starting to reposition, except for Ivan, who is in a good position already. Good smoke. There's still plenty of time here. Deep flash. How's he going to play this? Drop into CT or just go for it? Oh, he sees the head. That is fantastic. Pixel aim coming in from Woxic in the 1v3. 35 seconds. Still looking for a way to make this work. All eyes on Woxic. As he turns the corner, he's removed the AWP. Sees the trajectory. Oh my god, he's so insane. That's full FPL mode from Woxic. Straight towards the B-bomb side. He has to sprint all the way there. Looks to catch the rotation. Misses the shot as they drop past the double doors. Good effort from Woxic. He found a way to make that possible. It was too difficult in the end, though.
Doing his best Bardolph impression.
This next move is the simple move, is the FPL move. My plan is to fall 30 feet into no scope. That is my plan. And he nailed it.
That was really brilliant stuff. Prosto gave free information, but there's time to talk about that later because there's another aggressive takeoff long. But this time there are no flashes from Prosto. Like when the Molotov came towards site to stop him planting, he's got 40 seconds left. And it tells him where one player is, and he sees a Molotov from CT spawn. Knows where 2 of the 3 players are. Assumes one on short. That could have gone the other way. You want it to be one way, but it's the other way. Old heads will know what that's from. Hellraisers with 2 pistols and these 3 AKs. Nobody towards the car position. Woxic slowly moving forward on long. So our Hellraiser's going to go for the split now. There is a smoke grenade for the Xbox position. They still have around a minute. Down goes the smoke. And indeed, in maybe their last buy round, we finally see the traditional split coming in. The numbers game, Dead Fox is jumping, being cannoned for the running distraction. Ivan on the site gets an easy first one. There is a Molotov though, forced away, and down he goes as well. Flaric has to deliver, but he can't. Woxic can still hold on to the long position, but he's going towards car. He has a nice angle if he trusts that the CTs won't come from long. And that bomb needs to make its way to the A site.
There's one. Kenzor remains spotted out, stinked up. Oh, Bondik, that is not necessary. That is not necessary at all.
Oh my god. Vintage Hellraisers.
Oh man, you got to be careful. You got to be so careful. That was a great shot, and that was also a demonstration of how penetrable that car is with an AWP that you were talking about earlier. It's a good example of that. Okay, 15 rounds map point here for Hellraisers, and it's pistols for Prosto. Couldn't be a more ideal situation for Hellraisers. They need to close this down though. It's never over till it's over in Counter-Strike, and if it goes to overtime, I think that would be very tilt-worthy for Hellraisers. They know they're very favored in this round.
I feel like I do wonder if Hellraisers will play this round too slow.
Right.
Because they're afraid of losing. Do you play to win, or do you play afraid to lose? That is the question. A minute 10 on the clock. They have control of long. Woxic basically the initial engager in case there's a retake attempt, and Bondik hiding behind blue. There is a smoke on Xbox, but this time it's Angel alone. So we do have the traditional split. A smoke is down. Better it comes now than later. Angel abandoning the position, actually. He's choosing to go 5 players long instead of staying on a short position. And he could have been there as a lurker. So now they're going to force the issue all in the same direction. A re-smoke on the short area. And maybe Prosto will expect somebody. Surely somebody's there, and that will weaken the push on the defense on the A site in general. Flarek playing around the smoke. 20 seconds on the clock here, and these smokes continue to cause problems, but there is the frag. Ivan pushing short and sees that nobody's in mid whatsoever, so indeed Angel rotating pulls the CTs away to mid because surely someone's there, but they're not.
Ivan will go in with the CZ to run on the gun, but he can't find really anything to work with, just all in the open. 16-14, they end up losing 0 players there at the end. That was after a 7-0 start from Hellraisers. That was a really close one, and we saw some moments which could have gone really downhill. Like, we saw some emotional moments from Hellraisers. That was not at any point in the bag. It was not at any point a sure thing, and they have to watch out for Prosto in the next map.
Very interesting game of Dust 2. You can really feel the pressure between these two teams. They'll have a short break to reconfigure their mind before they go into the second map, and we shall do the same. See you back here shortly for map 2.